Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Serenity Gardening and Orchids. And today we will be talking about dendrobiums, and I am surrounded by my dendrobiums. As far as their care goes, I water them maybe every 10 days whenever they get dry. I have no real schedule. I'm thinking, just from experience, that I water them every 10 days. I do let them dry between watering, and when the bark is dry, I water my dendrobiums. Um, Pretty easy to care for. I have them all in bark with a little sphagnum, and even a little perlite is fine, and they seem to do well. I know that they don't like sitting in water. I don't let them sit in water. And if you want a tip, you can always put peanuts on the bottom. That will ensure that you're never sitting in water. Um, the light, as far as light is concerned, I know that they absolutely love the sunshine. I have had them in full sun and no burns, nothing at all, and they grew beautifully. The good thing about dendrobiums is they don't seem to mind wherever I sit them. Most of mine are at least 5 foot from a windowsill, so they do like some light, but they don't have to be in the light. And far as maintenance, when the flowers die off, I just simply cut them back, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little maintenance today. Just cut off the ones that are gone. Just keep the plant looking good. And I have a couple buds left on this one up top, so I won't bother it. Okay, if you can see. And that one's done. And moving on to the next one. As long as the stems, these reed stems, whatever you call them, these stems are nice and green, I don't touch them. If they have died, they would look brown and brittle. You would simply just cut them away from the plant, and your dendro will do fine. I find that dendrobiums are one of the easiest orchids to grow, and they do give you some beautiful flowers. Um, if your flower starts to yellow for any reason at all, see how this is yellowing a bit? When I water it again, I'll give it some extra Epsom salt, and that always seems to help with greening it back up. I know what happened with this one. I had her in full sun, and after she bloomed, I kind of took her out of the sun, and I think she really wants that light back. So when I put her back up, what I'm going to do is give her more light, because that's what she's used to. And these plants are, orchids can be finicky, and they get used to being in one place. You put them somewhere else, sometimes they misbehave, and that's what she's doing. So I'm just going to put her in a little more sun, and she'll be fine. Moving on, as you can see, you simply just cut off at the edge of the stem, go trace it all the way back to the beginning, and simply snip it off. And she's good to go. Okay, it's not hard at all. This is my chocolate chip, royal chocolate chip, and she's still blooming, so I'm not going to touch her. What I do is I will let the blooms fade on their own, just like this one. See how the blooms are going, and you just have these little ugly stems. You want to cut them off just to keep your plant looking cute. So that's what we're going to do here. We're just going to cut off the stuff that's died back. And I try to cut it down as close to where it came from as possible. So you get down there and there and just simply cut them off. And it's quick work, quick, easy work, guys. Get this done with the quickness. What else can I say about dendrobiums? Yeah, if you're going to try orchids and you're a new beginner, I would say, although you see flowers all around, flowers can be kind of hard to grow sometimes. It's finicky. You can mess up if you put the water on the crown and stuff. Get a dendro. Dendros are pretty easy and pretty easy to grow. More like a houseplant, except it grows in bark. Okay? So if you can do a house plant, you can do a dendro. Easy peasy. Okay? And what else needs maintenance? This one. This is my Nobly. And see how the blooms are starting to fade? They're still a little pretty. So I'm going to leave them alone. But these over here, they're done. And what I do is I just take my fingers and I just kind of like, with the syrup coming off in my hand is coming off. Okay? That doesn't look too bad anymore. You just want your plant to look good. Okay? Don't be afraid to stake them whenever you have to. These was falling down, so I just staked it up. And this has lots of new growth. See it? This actually sits in the window and it's loving it. Okay, and last but not least is this one, and she doesn't need anything. She has lots of new growth coming in, and that's what you want to see. Again, dendros are pretty easy, and if you're new and you're a beginner, try a dendro. All right. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And please tell a friend to subscribe to my channel. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. As I always say, you're blessed to be a blessing. Help someone today. And you make it a great day. Bye now. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.